Hello, welcome back to my channel. So today is a very sunny day. So today I gotta talk about my US visa. So um, it's very difficult to get, and it's not easy as the one like the UK people or the European people, or some country was have some gray relationship with the US. It's like in Asia you have like Taiwan, you have Singapore, and you have um, Malaysia, I think. So it's very easy, and you can get the visas very easy. So for those country, and if you are from like European country, um, most the place like Germany, France, Spain, blah blah blah. So you will very easy to get the visa, or for the UK as well. So you just apply, go to the US, the visa, the online visa. So then you can apply for the like electronic, not electronic, like something like EA visa. So it's much easier. And for the European country people, and the few particular Asia country, so you can just pay for £12, around £12 fee, online fee. So you don't have to go to for interview, you don't have to you know, take a day off to go to an interview. I mean, actually you can just apply online, and you just take maybe half hour, maybe maximum 1 hour. So you just pay £12. But for our very poor people, I mean not poor people, I mean it's poor country people, then we have to apply for the visa, and we have to pay first. We have to pay online first, £120. It's like 10 times different. £120, and after that, it doesn't mean you get the visa already, because you have to go to the visa, the interview with the embassy. Yeah, you go to the US embassy, you got the interview with the officer. So it's quite difficult. So for me, I think it's kind of a really different experience, because I apply for a lot of visa. Is easy as well, but this one to apply to go to the US is extremely like difficult. So you have to apply a lot of detail on online first, and after that then you have to go to the interview face to face with the officer. So okay, the US embassy apply for the visa is in Vauxhall. So I was thinking, yeah, so it's not really far away. So it's in Vauxhall, just like 2 stop. Like when you get the Vauxhall, then you take a bus to the embassy. So it's just like 2 stop away. So they have quite a lot of bus can go there, so we can just jump on there, and it's very close location, and the building looks nice, it's very new. So it's my first time to go to the US embassy. At first, when you go there, so you just queue, because they have a lot of people to queuing outside. So every day, Monday to Friday. So you go earlier, you go to apply everything online, and you choose a time for the appointment. So you can choose something and around like 9 o'clock, 9:30, so it's easier for you. So when you get there, so you have to queue, and the people will check in and give you the number, say okay, 9 o'clock appointment, 9:30, blah blah blah. So you just have to jump on. They have to separate the people to go inside the embassy. So first the security check when you get there, so security check, after that then you go inside. You have to kind of rush, you have to run, not run, but you have to just walk faster, because who get the ticket first, so who will go to see the interview first. So yeah, when you go to the building, and you have the queue inside on the ground floor, the lobby. So there are people, they will tell you blah blah blah. So they will give you a ticket on your passport, something like that. And after that, you just go to first floor. So you go to the first floor. So you just they have a like left hand side, they have right hand side. They're full of chairs, so you can just sit there and until the number they call your number on the screen. So when you go to see your number, if your number is on the screen, so you can just to go to the interview. But in the interview, they do have a bathroom as well, so on that floor. So you will like going, so first you will go to, when you go inside to the first floor, you have to go to the right hand side. The right hand side is like a waiting room, like a waiting area. So when you go to the waiting area, so you have to, you go to the window, and the lady is nice, is the people working there, is not officer, is a lady. I mean lady or man, they work in there, so they were preparing the stuff for you to go to the interview. So they will put your all your documents so into a file, and to prepare for you. And after that, you just wait to you can sit anywhere. And you don't have to just sit on the right hand side, you can sit on the left hand side as well. The left hand side is like window, so like when you go to the bank account, so they have like a window, so you just one by one, and you go in there. When they call your number, you just go there to have an interview. And the officer, I mean, you have to prepare. So that's what I have to my experience to tell you today. I didn't get my visa. I didn't get my US visa. They declined my visa. I don't know why. I was asking them like why, but I can tell you the detail about how the interview goes. And yes, and first I saw they have some people, like they have a lot of Chinese people. They have a lot of, I mean, Asian people. Okay, they have a lot of Asian people, and most of them, they are students. So they are students and they study in the UK. So they have the purpose to come back. So that's why maybe they're easier to get the visa. They can approve your visas easily. And the second is, if you go by yourself, it's a bit of a little bit of difficult, because if you working in the UK like me, so because I have kind of a very difficult situation. So if you go in by yourself as a student, I think it should be fine. So you just tell them blah blah blah, who gonna sponsor you, and who, like, you don't have an income, right? So so your parent gonna be sponsor you. So it's different. So for students, they are easier, and because they study here, they have to come back to the UK or come back to the country. You live, you stay, and then you will easily get the visa. But for me, my situation is I have the tier 5 visa. So basically, I was applying this year, January. So I was planning to go to the US with my boyfriend, to go to San Francisco, and but unfortunately, so I didn't get a visa. I was I was not nervous. I was preparing myself. I have a document, but when I go to the interview, but it's the officer, I think he's a bit weird, and he's a very dry person. So he didn't like ask a lot. I mean, he did ask some question, basic question. So, but because I think the situation is the first. So he was asking me like, okay, what's your name? How are you? Blah blah blah. So, and after that, you tell them like, okay, where you going? I was saying, okay, I'm going to California, San Francisco. So, and he asked like, who are you going with? I said, I'm going alone. So because I was telling you I was going with my boyfriend, but actually, because when you feel the information online, so you have to be matched with your interview. So I was saying like going by myself because my boyfriend is going with his company first, so they will go earlier. So I will go like 1 week after to join him. So so that's why I don't want to get in any trouble or something issues related with him. So and yeah, so I was saying I go in alone, and yeah, and he was asking like, where you staying? I was planning to stay in the city, so in San Francisco city near Chinatown. So and he was asking me like, uh, how long you go? I say I go for 1 week, so just for 1 week holiday. And I would have my like my income, like my pay slip, and I have my like my working ID with me. I mean, I always have everything. But the things is when he asked me the questions like very dry, so I cannot like how to say like very activate to like talk about myself. I'll say, okay, so the that's the mistake I made, and this time. So if next time for me, if I apply for the visa again, I would know what to say. It's like, okay, first you say hello to them, and you tell them that okay, blah blah blah. So they ask you the question, so you have to like an automated machine, like it's like full of bullets. So you were telling him every single detail, the things you plan. So all the plans. If he say, oh hello, how are you? So where you going? Where you go? So you had to automate to tell them, because they have like an interview there, like so many people all days already. So they expect you to tell them your plan. So that's why I fail. I think one of the reason. The second reason is I have a tier 5 visas in the UK, and my visa is expires soon. So expire in May, so end of this month. So that's why yeah, I didn't got my visa, because they will think, okay, you would like to go to the US, and they will think, okay, you are things like dodgy, you're going by yourself, you're living in Chinatown, and you go in like when your visa almost expire. So I think that's why the reason it sounds like cheeky and silly, you know. So that's why maybe they didn't give me the visa. But I was very angry. I was asking like why, and after that I talking to my friend like, okay, they have the experience to apply for the visa to the US. So and they were saying, okay, that's a bit yeah, because your visa is expire soon, so that's the main reason. That's why you didn't get the visa. But for the other people, maybe I not really know, because I don't have the experience. But the most the important things is when you go to the interview, so you have to non-stop. I mean, you have to tell them your plan, like, okay, where you go, how many days you stay in. I would like to visit somewhere, like where, and oh, the things is, if you have a friends in the US, it's better you put the information in there and say, okay, I would like to stay in somewhere, and I have my friend, my cousin, or whatever. You have a family, because you have to fill up the information online first before you go to the interview. So they have this part as well. It's like, okay, so it's better if you go in with someone. It's the best. So if you go in with your friends, with your family, so it won't have a problem, because it doesn't sound like dodgy. So if you go in by yourself and you working like me, or your visa is expiring soon, so okay, don't try to apply for the visa, because you will waste your money. I was paying like 120 pounds, 120 pounds, 10 times of what the other people's paying, because maybe they thought we are rich people. So yeah, so I mean, I was like very angry. They didn't give you a reason why, and they just gave you a piece of paper. I gotta show you what the paper looked like, but anyway, it's just 1 second. And yeah, and here we go. So this is the paper. They give it to me. Oh, it was February. I was applying on February 13th. So this is the things they give it to me. No reason why. They just say, okay, I cannot accept your application today, and that's it. Signature, QK, whatever, F. Alright, so yeah, that's it. And complicated, but for me, I think it's a really like unbelievable, because the visa, for the US visa, normally the people, if you pay, it means like most of the place, like when you pay for the visa, it's like 90% you will get the visa approved. But this one, the US one, they say it's not guarantee you will get the visa. But I think it's not really fair, honestly. Like, so how many people apply for the visa, and you just, I mean, it's like, for me, I think, I mean, I know, I mean, I'm sorry to say that, but it's like a way for you guys to make money. Come on, seriously. Oh God, I was just wanna apply for the visa to go for a holiday, and I got rejected. So I was really upset. I was very angry, and yeah, I mean, seriously, I mean, and the thing is, when you go to interview, you have to be like ready to talk a lot, and you have to tell them your plan. So before that, I was preparing as well, but I don't know it will be like that straight, because maybe before me, there were people doing the interview, so it was like very activated and talking a lot. I was hearing like hee hee ha ha, like they was having fun, you know, they were chit-chatting. So yeah, that's it. My visa is failed, so I cannot go to the US. So maybe I will apply for the visa next year, but not at the moment. At the moment, I don't want to apply for the visa. But my colleague was telling me like, okay, you silly girl, you should apply the visa like years early, maybe 1 year before, because you're coming back to the UK, right? So you should apply for the visa like 1 year ago. I mean, I don't know. I wasn't thinking about that and that far. So I was have the idea like would like to go to the US as well, but I didn't think about that ahead. So yeah, maybe next time if I go to the other country, I have to apply for the visa. So I would like to apply the visa earlier. So yeah. So if you want to know how to fill the form, how to fill the things, or if you have any question, you can leave your question below, so you can ask me the question. And because when I see the video on YouTube or whatever, they don't have much of people. Like most of the people I search is more Indian to go to the US, so it doesn't make any sense. Like for me, it looks like the same, but it's not really, because I don't really understand like what they're saying, and the situation is different. So and I search on the online, so not many people like telling you that detail about how to apply the things, and you have a lot of question mark. I was applying for it, and the form, the online form, I was like a lot of question as well. So yeah, so maybe if you have a question, so don't hesitate, you can ask me. I will reply you as soon as possible. So today's video, so it will be, that's it, 20 minutes already. I don't think you want to hear I'm bullshitting. So okay, so yep, that's it. And please subscribe my channel again. And yeah, I see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.